Today, we're talking about the insane and fun AI applications out there. We'll touch on very important work coming out of DeepMind and their AI that can assist in diagnosing cancer. Yes, cancer. Absolutely mind-blowing work from their lab. We'll also discuss autonomous vehicles and how you can have casual conversations with them. This video is packed with a lot of information and fun content. So sit back and perk up as you hear the latest AI updates from the industry. Let's dive in. We'll start off light with AI videos. We have Kamani, the AI alchemist, on Twitter to thank for this. It's an AI video with the style of a 1970s Las Vegas look. It's so engaging. I love it. How can you also replicate something like this? You first start off with the ideation process, either on your own or with the help of ChatGPT or Bard. Generate visual ideas of how each scene should look like. Using these ideas, you can generate the images through an image generator like Midjourney or DALL-E. Midjourney is what most people prefer for very high quality images. Leonardo also has a fantastic image generator. In this example, Kamani uses very detailed prompts for the style. Feathered headdress performers dancing on stage. White shot Las Vegas in 1970. Retro old film grain. Cinematic. Once you've generated your image, upload it to a video generator like RunwayML, which is one of the best video services out there. Pika Labs is also another incredible AI video platform you can use. Recently, another announcement that came out during the making of this video is Genmo's Replay AI video. You can create crisp and HD videos from simple prompts, and you don't even have to join a waitlist. There's also an array of different tools and camera adjustments you can use on all these AI video services for more engaging and realistic content. Finally, you can then generate the audio for the video. Whether it's music or voiceover, it all depends on you. Put all the pieces together using your favorite video editor, and that's pretty much it. Share your videos with me when you end up trying this. Still in the realm of visual AI, let's talk about text-to-textile. That's a tongue twister right there. Type a simple description and design a piece of fabric. It's that simple. Insane, yes, but it's easy. It's called Fabricator. Weave your ideas into reality, unlock your imagination, and create infinite fabric textures with Fabricator. The example here shows how you can design a foil-coated iridescent tricot with the pink hue. The output has extreme shine, high-resolution texture, and smooth surface. You can apply this to couches and carpets for interior design or clothes for the fashion industry. This will make game design and animations even more realistic when you can vividly see the textures of the visuals. Gameplay will be a totally captivating new experience. You can now interact with still images in a very fun way. It's called Generative Image Dynamics. The model is trained on trajectories extracted from real video sequences containing natural motion, such as trees, flowers, and candles. Given a single image, the model allows you to freely move the image in any direction. How cool is that? Here are some examples. The leaves can be pulled in any direction, and the flower can be moved along any axis. Imagine all the downstream tasks you can use for this. Edit images and create looping videos. Realistically interact with objects in real pictures. Motion magnification or minification, meaning the motion can be magnified to more intense movements or minimized to a lesser frequency. Another feature is slow motion, which makes everybody's videos much cooler. Maybe this holiday you can create a looping video with the Christmas tree in the background making slight motions. Now we'll take a sharp turn into probably the most important AI application here. Google DeepMind announced AlphaMissense. AlphaMissense is their new AI system that can classify whether genetic mutations called missense variants are benign or harmful. This is very critical, and it's an important step towards uncovering the causes of many diseases, from cystic fibrosis to cancer.
Wow, that's crazy!
This is wild and very important. Swapping a single letter can alter an entire word. Cake and Coke don't mean the same thing. Similarly, in the language of DNA, swapping a single amino acid can alter an entire protein. These swaps are called missense variants. An average person has over 9,000 missense variants, most benign, but even one can cause a disease. The missense model builds on AlphaFold, which could generate accurate protein folding structures from a sequence of amino acids, was incredible and revolutionized the field of biology. What took the entire human history over 50 years to produce 170,000 structures took the AI system only a couple of weeks to produce over 200 million structures. Just utterly mind-blowing. I talk about it in one of my previous videos. I'll add a link to it in the descriptions. AlphaMisense has helped classify 89% of all 71 million possible missense variants to predict if they are benign or pathogenic. Until recently, human experts had only classified 0.1% of them, a small number to what's really out there. AlphaMissense predictions are now freely available to the research community to help improve the diagnosis of rare genetic disorders and assist in discovering disease-causing genes. This will allow researchers to better understand diseases and develop new life-saving treatments. Because only 0.1% variants had been classified, if you have some kind of missense variant or mutation, it may have taken longer to diagnose. AlphaMissense is able to classify if a variant is pathogenic, benign, or uncertain, which is quite important. Sometimes, news like this goes under the radar because of all the AI hype out there. So I try to highlight other AI research leaps going on different fronts. This is just incredible work. A big shout out to the DeepMind team and congrats on this. NextGPT is our next AI topic. It's an any-to-any model. It's like a Swiss Army knife for AI models, meaning all modalities are fair game here, from text to audio to video. Multimodal large language models have made exciting strides, but they have one issue. You have input that can come in several formats, but it's hard to have many different output formats from just one single model. The average human perceives the world and communicates with people through various modalities. The aim of this project is to help develop an any-to-any LLM capable of such methods. This research is from the National University of Singapore, and here are some examples that they provide. You can ask about an audio snippet, and the model tells you what the sound is about. You can ask for an image relating to the sound as well as a video, in this case, a lion. In another use case, you can ask about hobby ideas. The AI system ends up showing some art material you may be interested in. You can chat about travel, food recipes, and much more across several modalities. Many multimodal models use a mixture of experts approach, where different models do different things. NextGPT tries to do everything in one model. So far, a mixture of experts seems to be a better approach since we're dealing with individually highly capable models, although they may take longer to produce outputs. What about AI apps for stress relief and relaxation? There are several applications for this, especially in the very popular field of ASMR. You can generate very interesting AI audio to help you relax. This is an example from No Stress, an AI app. On this channel, we've talked about several forms of AI audio, including text-to-audio, AI translation, and generic audio models. We've seen AI efforts from Google's Audio LM and Meta's Audio Gen. This is from the same AI practice. Imagine you want to fall asleep after a long day. Turn your AI app on and then play the right ASMR sounds you want, like cat paws or owl sounds. You can select from a host of sounds and slowly drift to dreamland. By the way, this is not sponsored content at all. I just think these are all cool applications of AI out there. We're not in 2050 yet, but it sure feels like it. Imagine having a conversation with your car. Yes, pretty cool, isn't it? That's what Lingo 1 is about. The research is from the company Wave, and this was a recent post by Jamie, who's the chief scientist at Wave AI. Lingo 1 is the latest breakthrough for a vision language and action model for self-driving cars. Language always allows us to communicate, learn, and understand how others interpret information. So this helps in reasoning capabilities of LLM and gives us unparalleled access into the decision-making process of the AI. We want to understand why the AI is making certain decisions. In this way, this gives us some insight into the reasons for doing certain things. So it's not a complete black box. For example, what did the model perceive that made it slow down? It can explain things to you like, I'm turning left to continue on my intended route. It maintains a specific speed, but it slows down due to a jaywalker crossing, and then there is a turning coming up. Lingo 1 can do more than comment on what it's seeing. You can also chat with the model, which allows you to stress test the AI's understanding of the scene around it and the decisions that can be made. In one example, Jamie is talking with the AI and asking it what it's paying attention to. It focuses on the cyclist in the video and the parked cars, and then you can further query it. Lingo 1 helps robots or autonomous driving vehicles perceive the world around them through causal counterfactual reasoning, making sense of what they see. The model is great at planning, taking action, and a whole lot of other important steps. Planning, actions, observations, and reflections are some of the characteristics built into modern AI agents with the goal of giving them a more general purpose. When you ask Lingo 1, what's your plan for the next 3 seconds? It'll have to go through these phases. Analyze the question, reflect on it, plan accordingly, and take action when needed. I'm slowing down because there's a van merging into my lane. Who would have thought you'd be chatting with your car in 2023? Counterfactual reasoning is very important here. I mentioned that earlier. Some of you might be wondering, what are counterfactuals? A counterfactual is a scenario that has not happened or is not the current case. Imagine a thought popped into your mind. If I hadn't taken a sip of this hot coffee, I wouldn't have burned my tongue.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
That's a counterfactual, with logical reason attached to it. Sometimes you want to understand how a car would approach a certain situation. What happens if the pedestrian crosses the road right now? The car should be able to answer that. What about the famous trolley problem? Would you rather hit a baby or a grandma? I'm not too sure how Lingo would answer that one. This kind of tech is absolutely necessary in autonomous driving and helps us partially gain insight into what the model could possibly be thinking. This will assist in strengthening public trust in autonomous systems because you understand them a bit better. Would you use such a service? I'm guessing this is something we would probably see Tesla implement very soon. The accuracy of Lingo 1 has been improving over the weeks, so there's definitely more insane capabilities to come. We can't go without mentioning what some of the limitations are. Autonomous driving needs to have the highest safety threshold. Lingo 1 from Wave is no exception. Because it's tied to an LLM, we need to talk about some of the obvious problems. These language models still hallucinate, so Lingo 1 is no exception. This is something the team is continuously working on through several means like RLHF, which is reinforcement learning with human feedback, and other techniques. It also has an advantage over other LLMs because it's grounded in vision, language, and action. So there are ways to double, triple check these hallucinations. This supervision allows it to understand the world better, which is very important. This is something ChatGPT currently doesn't have. The use of language in robots or cars is still early, and the expectation is that things will improve very quickly. Lingo 1 is trained on a central London dataset. The Wave team wants to expand the model to other countries other than the UK. They'll need to train on other road types across the world to make the model more generalizable. Massive computation, along with huge datasets, is another limitation of the project. Video-based language models require long context to be able to embed many video frames to reason about complex and dynamic driving scenes. The team believes this will further improve the model, and it's something they're looking into. What is your initial verdict for Lingo 1? Are you sold on the idea like I am? Let me know in the comments, Beyonders. Ever since ChatGPT was released, autonomous agents have become a big movement in the AI space. This is intended to create a system of AI agents that can interact to solve problems or engage in interesting dialogue for in-game sequences. We talked about Smallville months ago, a community of AI agents that had an interesting story arc, from politicians to vendors to artists. AgentVerse is similar. The framework offers a versatile way to streamline the process of creating custom multi-agent environments for large language models. You don't have to spend too much time engineering such frameworks, like we saw in Smallville. All you need to do is make a couple of tweaks in a config file and you're good to go. They provide several modules and plan to add more. You can also customize your environment if you want. They have the pre-built classroom setup made up of a professor and students. You basically have the professor interacting with students. Students raise their hand to speak and the professor calls on them. So this is one example of how to build such systems. Apart from the classroom, there are other modules. There's a prisoner dilemma module, a fun one if you ask me. It's a thought experiment that challenges two completely rational agents to a dilemma. They can cooperate with their partner for mutual benefit or betray their partner for individual reward. A police agent interrogates the suspects, so either a suspect collaborates or one betrays the other. Do you think AI snitches get stitches? Or maybe they just get errors in their code. I'm not too sure about that. There's also a software design module where you have a code writer, a tester, and a reviewer who collaborate on the code generation problem. I won't go over all the modules, but do check them out if you're interested. There's a similar model called Agents that also enables you to build AI agents that can interact among themselves and humans. It's an open source framework that uses short-term memory, tool usage, web navigation, and multi-agent communication, which is pretty neat. Agents can recall past conversations through long-term memory and use tools to search the internet or call APIs in a useful way. You can customize this by adding specific instructions to a config file, similar to AgentVerse. This brings us to the end of our AI breakdown. It was extensive and I wanted to cover more material, but that's all we can do today. Each of these topics is very important and exciting. We've barely even scratched the surface here. What do you think about the incredible AI research and advances we discussed today? Did any of them stand out to you? Thanks for watching. Until the next video, it's goodbye.